Josh.
Yes.
How do you have time to do the hair and all that and
Girl,
manage it?
I don't know. Like, I juggle a lot, and I be trying to maintain this vein. Let's talk about it on the show, right?
Okay.
Time management? Yeah, time management.
Welcome, everybody. This is season 3 of LaMay Day Limelight, and we are on episode 2 as Josh finishes tangling up his mane. I definitely want to give a huge shout out to Cheyenne G, our producer, who always has the dope beats for the intro. Yes. Who else you know got their own intro for a Limelight show?
Yeah, she remixes it every season. It's like every time it just sounds so much doper. So shout out to Cheyenne. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Yeah.
So, time management.
Time management, a serious issue plaguing
creatives everywhere
around the world, and we're here to discuss it.
Definitely. So how do you, Josh?
Listen.
Sidebar. We know that this is something that you've been actively working on.
Yes.
And we've had a conversation about this. As far as timeliness, I think is also something we need to discuss. Yeah. Because
I'm bad at it. Really bad at it.
And I'm bad at getting on people's nerves about it.
You know, so thank God we love each other. Because otherwise the dynamic wouldn't work.
Absolutely. But I mean, it's important to have those people in your life. Like,
absolutely.
For me, I'm so like, I gotta be on time. I really hate being late. Like, it bugs me, and I think that that's just something that was instilled within me through my mother. Thank you.
And me, I'm late for everything. Since I was a child, my mama taught me to be late. So I go about my life like, oh, I'll get there when I get there. Like, you know, better late than never.
And, you know, I mean, they have their pros and their cons. I think for me, it's not only do I get on people's nerves, bugging and rushing people constantly, and I kind of get a little stressed out, and I give myself anxiety worrying about being late. And then a lot of the times, I have to admit it, I get there and we're still on time, or everybody else is late. Yeah. So I'm just there early looking
The
stupid.
way I see it is like, man, I'm going to be late for almost anything, but I'm always going to execute. I'm always going to come through. So don't worry about when I get there. Trust and believe. I'm going to show up and I'm going to show out.
Okay. But I still think it's important.
Absolutely, yes.
To be on time.
Yes.
Because to me, it's a consideration thing. It's a consideration thing because, you know, other people in their time, they have to do things. And sometimes people may be waiting on you. You important. You special.
Absolutely.
But things got to go and things got to move.
Yes, things got to happen.
So how do I do time management?
Yes, let me know. Incite me. Learn me.
Okay. So we live in Los Angeles. You always have to plan 30 minutes ahead of time. 30? You have to be out of your door 30 minutes before you normally would leave. Okay. That's what I mean, because you just don't know what's going to happen. There's traffic. There's all kind of crazy things that are happening. Me as a female, I typically, you know, I have to put on makeup. I have to do my hair. I have to put on my hair. Okay. So there's just a ton of things that I have to do, and then I'm always project managing and doing all of these things. So how do I manage it? Honestly, I think it's just an innate thing within me, and just the knowledge of saying, okay, I have to be on time. I do forget things sometimes because I'm rushing, but I try to plan at least some hours ahead, or I will sit in my bed before I get out in the morning and think, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that. And that usually works for me. And
I write things down. So in my life, like, I have to juggle a variety of things. So I do PR, and then I also work on events. I'm an editor, so I write for a couple of magazines, and I work on this show. Right. And so my thing is, like, it's really easy in the midst of all of those different lanes of profession for me. It's easy to forget something. Definitely. You know, so I have to write things down, and that kind of triggers kind of like something in the memory bank for me. Yeah. You know, because there's the thought, but as you write something down, to me, it's just kind of like, oh, I'm setting intention on getting something done. Yeah. I love checklists. Usually checklists help me get through my day faster, or just keep me aware of what it is that holds the most importance, what has the biggest deadlines, you know, what can I push to another day. And that's kind of been my main thing as far as time management. I think that helps me really just keep my week secure and keep my week slightly more focused than usual.
And being able to execute, because
Yeah.
as you mentioned, I mean, timeliness is a thing, but execution, I think, is far more important. So you do have a point. I will give you that. You do execute. You may not be on time.
Thank you.
But you do execute.
Thank you.
So
I take ownership. I own it fully.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, you know.
It is what it is.
I'm too old to not be.
So I actually watched a video recently on YouTube that discussed a millionaire's day, like how they wake up in the morning. What are the things that they do in order for them to execute? They wake up at 5:30, 6 a.m. sometimes. Do you do that?
No.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Another thing that they do is they meditate, which I think
I
is
could
very
do more of
important.
that.
Meditation is key because that helps you recenter and re-synergize and focus. Another thing that they do is they do the list. They write down everything that they need to do for that day as a checklist. This is what I want to accomplish, and this is what's going to get done. Another thing I saw that someone else had mentioned is that people like to write down what they're grateful for every morning. And having an attitude of gratitude when you wake up in the morning, that just kind of promotes the rest of your day.
I like that.
So I think that's something that I'm going to start.
I want to incorporate that in my life.
Let's do that.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to it.
We're going to do it. And
All
you
right.
guys do it too.
Please.
So you wake up in the morning.
And call us out. Like, ask later in the season
We're gonna
if
share
we've
that.
been keeping that up. I really like that. Gratitude of attitude. Attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
Whatever.
So make sure you're doing that, and then check on Limelight because we might have some special little tips that we can add on to that as well.
Bam.
So there's that, and I think the final thing is exercise. I think they said that they exercise, making sure that you're getting your body moving and ready to go, or else you'll just be really tired.
Because when the mental and the physical
Align.
are aligned, it helps. It
Definitely.
does. Yeah.
So that's our challenge. If you guys want to follow that as far as time management, our Limelight Time Management Challenge, that's a thing. We're making it a thing.
Time management challenge.
Our time management challenge. Make sure you guys are checking that out. Make sure you do it. Write to us. Let us know if it's helping you, what you're grateful for, or if you have some other tips that we can use in order for us to be bosses and millionaires every day.
All of those things.
Definitely.
All of those
But I'm excited to talk to our guests.
Yes, our first guest for season 3.
Yes.
He's a good friend of mine. He's a designer. He's from New York. Well, he's based out of New York. He's from Baltimore.
Okay.
His name is Paco Rogiene. He's extremely talented. I discovered this guy on social media, and we connected, and we've been friends ever since. And I really appreciate talented people in my life, and so I'm really excited to get a chance to chat with him.
And I'm curious how he manages his time.
Yeah, we'll talk to him about time management.
Definitely.
You know, because the detail that goes into some of his garments, I know have to take
I'm
hours.
excited.
Hours.
All
All right, so we're gonna talk to Paco. All right, guys, so I want to welcome a very special friend of mine to the show, Paco Rogiene. He's a designer, he's based out of New York, and he came to visit us in LA. And we're so excited to have him here on Limelight as the first guest for season 3. Bam! Hey! What up, Paco?
How are you doing? You're in LA.
I'm great, actually. Yeah, having a good time while I'm here.
Good. And I just want to point out that he made this jacket.
Man.
Listen, the detail.
We love it.
I'm gonna need one of those.
Yes,
Paco,
yes,
just so you know.
So how has your time been here in Los Angeles?
It's been great. Very relaxing because I come from New York, so it's very stressful, a lot going on. So
Yeah.
it's nice to get away. Yeah.
Getaway time is.
But you
Oh,
also have some business here in LA.
I do. I sell my clothes in a boutique called it's Star House Boutique in downtown LA. They officially opened up in April.
Of 2019.
Of 2019, yeah. The business itself is in Maryland originally, and that one has been existing for 16 years now. And so it's good to still be working with both of them, and to be working there and with this one as well. So I'm also here to check out how things are going and give them a shout out. So
You seem very humble. It's like, I'm
He
just,
is. No, he really is.
Just bi-coastal or whatever.
So Paco, just so that our audience knows a little bit about you, tell them, I guess, some background about you as a designer and where it kind of all began.
Well, I've been designing since pretty much the age of 10. Started making stuff for my cousin when I was around 12. So I was like the first person that I was making clothes for. And then I just continued on from there, and I haven't stopped. Since then, there has not been a time where I haven't been making clothes.
So you've dove in, like you're fully invested.
Oh yeah. I mean, this really all started with my babysitter though. She when she watched us, like how she occupied her time with sewing, and I used to just sit there and watch her do it, and I always wanted to. And I asked her, could I play on her machine one day? And she was like, no. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then so like a week later, she comes to our house and then she just like, I opened the door and she's like, here, play with this. And it was my own sewing machine.
Aww.
And it was great. And I had that sewing machine for 11 years until I was 21 years old.
So speaking of time, you were saying there was never a time where you weren't designing. Our episode today is about time management.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, you bi-coastal.
Yeah.
You know, you ripping it. Is there anywhere else that you go or anywhere else you have to spend your time? And if so, how do you manage that? Because that can be draining.
Oh, yeah. Time management has always been an issue for me, though. Like, I'm struggling with it right now, working on a new collection. But I always find a way. Like, I always meet my deadline. Okay. But I procrastinate in there a little bit. But
so you have a 9-to-5?
I do have a regular 9-to-5, and so that is also a distraction. But I get stuff done. So like I go to work, and then the regular job that I do have, I actually like it. I enjoy it, and so it's not like it's a burden per se. Okay. But it feels a little burdensome when I have to come home and work on what I really value. But I make time for both. Eventually, like the goal within the next few years is to no longer have that 9-to-5 and have my own thing going. So, I mean, I've been struggling with that for a while, but it's gonna happen very soon.
And how do you overcome that struggle? Like, do you have a plan? Do you write things down?
Oh, I have a plan going on. And hopefully by 22 or sooner 2021, it'll go into effect. But I'm trying to not make a mistake, and that's what stopped me for a long time because I was fearful of failing. Yeah. So I'm trying to make sure I have all my ducks in a row before I step out.
On faith.
Well, I'm already stepping out on faith.
Yes.
But before I walk the tightrope.
There we go. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Dope.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah. So you're working on a collection. Tell us about what to expect for this collection. When does it come out? Where can people find it?
The collection is it's a women's wear and menswear collection. I'm more of a luxury high-end designer for women's wear, at least. But I brought it down a notch, just a notch. It's still high-end, but I'm trying to make the pieces more ready to wear. Okay. I think that even with my last collection, although it was pretty successful, it didn't leave enough to the imagination of how else you could wear it. Yeah. Like everyone had this expectation of, I have to go here, but you don't really have to go there. Like you can go to the grocery store and
that gown.
Exactly. So I simplified it a little bit. It's still very, very unique, and there's a lot more menswear as well because my menswear collection last time just consisted of upper and outerwear. So there's a lot more pieces for my guys. And it's going to launch in February. I was going to do Fashion Week, but I decided to do my own version of Fashion Week online. So it's going to be something for everyone to view.
Sounds cost effective.
Yes, definitely.
And helping with time management.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll launch in February 2020, and it's my website is where everything can be found. It's www.pacorogiene.com.
Right there.
Yeah,
that's it.
Awesome.
But check it out. Yeah,
definitely. Well, thank you for coming and talking to us. This is our season 3. You are our first guest.
Thanks for having me.
Quality over quantity. So make sure you guys check him out, and thank you for tuning in. Of course, my lovely co-host
j.Pin. You know what it is.
I am Sharíck LaMay. Make sure you are following and subscribing to our channel, you guys. We got a lot of dope things coming out for this season 3. I can't believe it every time I say it. This is season 3. Tell your friends and your friends and your friends about LaMay.
And manage your time to watch us. Because you gotta do that too.
Like, absolutely. Yeah. All right, you guys.
Never heard nobody like me breaking down beats. Let me narrate on your payday how you get down streets. Like keeping like you whip it with the top down. Hey, with the top down. Let them stay sleeping, catch them slipping, watch them drop down. Watch them drop down. Keep it dripping like you whip it with the top down. Hey, with the top down. Let them stay sleeping, catch them slipping, watch them drop down. Yeah, watch them drop down. Okay, hold up. Let me show how I get wicked. On your head like I'm your fitty. I'm not clipping. Bars out what I empty. Like a big stand penny. No straight bars in this I've been it. Miss me when my gears got shifted. Bitch antenna. What you think is like to live as black? Gifted. Got for the type payback. You gon' wanna hit that playback. I with you, then you can't take that. I got my script on lock, and you claim I ain't talking straight facts. I wrapped a knot around your brain for you to even say that. Woo. Now we're